Hello, my lovely mathematicians. Good morning. How are you all? Good. We're doing a lesson today in maths. We're not doing tally charts today. We're moving our learning on, and we're going to be learning about another way of recording data for our statistics unit. I love saying the word statistics. It might be up there as one of my favourite words. Statistics. Statistics. Can you say it? Statistics? Just anyway. Okay, my brain's in favourite word mode. Right, let's get back to statistics. We're doing pictograms today. Pictograms, which is another way of recording data, like I just said. Have you ever looked at pictograms before? Did you look at them in year one? Can you remember what they are? What they look like? Well, take a little look at this. Screen 2. Share. Hello. That's not what you want to see. You want to see this one. Right. It says draw pictograms. So today you're going to be drawing pictograms. And it's going to be quite practical, like your Monday lesson was, and you went off and made your own charts, your tally charts on Monday. Today you're going to be going off and making your own pictograms. Get ready. So before we go on to that, let's recap our pictogram learning. And there's a question to wake our brains up and get us focused. It says, which tally chart is correct? Why are the others incorrect? Aha. So you see this white table here. It says children, and the children's names are Bella, Isla, and Theo, and amount of smiles. So it's recording. It's telling us how many times Bella has smiled, how many times Isla has smiled, how many times Theo has smiled. And I can tell by looking at those numerals there that Theo has done the most smiles. He has the biggest number there. He must be a very smiley little boy. Anyway, your job is to work out which tally chart matches that data. And the other three that don't match it, I want you to work out why don't they match. So pause me now and see if you can solve that problem. Welcome back. How did it go? Let's see what Mr. PowerPoint has to say about it all. You got any input? You got any input in today? There we go. Right, so this green one here we can see. Well, it says here Bella's got 5 and 5, 10. 10 smiles, and we know that's not right because Bella has 6 smiles. Theo had 10, and it says here Theo has 6. So this tally's got confused. They need to be in the different boxes. So it wasn't the green one. It wasn't the blue one. Isla didn't do 10 smiles, did she? Theo didn't do 4 smiles, did he? So those two got confused as well. That wasn't in the correct area. Oh, I didn't see that, did you? Bella, it originally said Bella had only done 5 smiles. Cheeky, didn't do a cross over the 5. So they've added an extra tally in there to show that she did 6. Well done if you spotted that. I didn't see that. And if you knew that the yellow one was telling us the correct information, you're absolutely right. Because it says Bella did 6, and you can see 6 tallies there. Isla did 4, and Theo did 10. What was wrong with the red one then? What was wrong here? Bella's got 6, Isla. It's telling us Isla did 5 smiles there, and she didn't. She did 4. And Theo, he hasn't got to cross through that first bit, so he's only got 9 on there. So look, it shows us here. Shows us there that Isla didn't need that one there. That needed to come off. And actually, that little cross should have been moved down to Theo's area. Anyway, did you work it out? There was lots to think about there, wasn't there? All sorts of different issues. Let's learn. Ron and Amir have been tallying animals they saw on their walk. And maybe you've done something like that this week as well, as you were learning about your tally charts. Ron and Amir have been tallying animals they saw on their walk. Can you help to complete the tally chart? Now, there has been data inputted into for all the animals. They were looking out for birds. They were looking out for alpacas. They were looking out for dogs, and they were looking out for horses. Let's start with the birds. How many tallies are there? Shout it out for me. How many tallies are in that table for birds? That's right, 10. So here in our totals column for the birds, we can put in the number 10. Okay, alpacas. How many tallies are there for the alpacas? How many did they see? Shout it out loud. Good. So what number are we putting in our totals column here? It's not being filled in, look. That's right. The number 2. Now for our dogs part, there are no tallies, but there has been a numeral filled in the totals column, the number 6. So in the air, get your finger out. Can you do 6 tallies for the dogs? 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, for the 5, we cross 5 and then an extra dash for the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cross it over for 5. And there's our 6th one. And the same for the horses. Nothing has been put in for the tally for the horses, but we know they saw 4 horses in total. Get your finger out, wiggle it around, and do 4 tallies for the horses. Go. One, 2, 3, 4. Super. Use their tally to draw pictograms. So welcome to the world of pictograms, children. And the tally chart that we've just looked at quite closely is up here in the corner. Can you see it? I'm wiggling my mouse over it, and it's got the animals and the birds and the totals and the tally. So we know the information that's in that tally chart, and we're now going to use that information to make our pictograms. Pictogram. There's a clue there in the word as to what might be in pictograms. That's right, pictures. Pictures represent data in pictograms in all sorts of ways. And it's very important that we understand what those pictures mean. So for every pictogram, you have a key. And we'll go more into that a bit more in a moment. But if we have a look at this top one with this lovely ginger boy, his key is a blue circle. And 1 blue circle equals 1 animal. So he's drawn out his pictogram using the information from the tally chart. Now the tally chart tells us birds, they saw 10 birds. So how many circles has he drawn in his pictogram? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because 1 picture is the same as 1 animal. That picture takes the place of the tally in a way. Same for the alpacas. They saw 2 alpacas, didn't they, on their walk? So he's drawn 2 circles. They saw 6 dogs. So how many circles did they draw? That's right, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Horses, they saw 4 horses. How many circles did they draw? That's right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can take the data from a tally chart and put it into a pictogram. but it must always have a key, and you must understand what that key means first. And in this case, we can see for the blue circle pictogram that the blue circle, it represents one animal. Hello, little turtle. Tortoise. Hello, Mr. Tortoise. He's got something to say. Let's read it. Amir hasn't drawn circles. Oh, yes. Can you see Amir here? Amir hasn't done blue circles. His key tells us that he's done an orange triangle. Just talking about that key. Hang on a minute. Here we go. Can you see there? His key there. One triangle represents one animal. So he's done 10 triangles for the birds, 2 triangles for the alpacas, 6 triangles for the dogs, and 4 triangles for the horses. The same amount means the same amount, it's just a different picture, and that's fine. Right, we're not going to, hang on, we're going to go on a virtual walk, everybody. And on this virtual walk, here we go, on this virtual walk that you're about to see, you don't even need to move out your chair for this one. You're going to be looking out for 3 animals. We'll do it twice because I think you need to do it at least twice to really get it. The animals you're looking out for are birds, frogs, and octopuses. Octopuses on a walk. So watch the clip first of all, and watch how the pictogram might change. Again, with a pictogram, you always need to pay close attention to the key, and the key has been put on there for you. And it's one we're familiar with. We've just looked at a key like that. It's a blue circle. The blue circle represents one animal. So as we watch the clip going out for a walk, when an animal has been noticed, that data is then put into the table using a blue circle. Right, get ready for the walk. Watch what happens. Right, birds. 2 birds flew fast across the screen, so 2 circles. 1 frog, so they put in a frog circle. Another frog, so they put in another circle. 1, 2, 3 birds, another 3, so they've added 3 more circles to the table. And we didn't see any octopuses, did we? You see what I mean? It was quite a fast clip. I can see from that walk that the most frequent animal was the birds. 5 birds were spotted in total. 2 frogs and no octopuses at all, and that's fine, it doesn't matter. If we didn't see any, we didn't see any. We can just leave that blank. Let's watch that again. Watch how the pictogram changes as you see those animals, even though I know how speedy it is. Ready? 2 birds, so 2 circles in the birds. A frog, in goes a frog circle. Another frog, so in goes another frog circle. And 3 more birds, so they draw in 3 more circles. And that's how you can create a pictogram. Notice how, and it's easier to do it on a computer because the computer does it for you, but notice how all the shapes are the same size. That's important. When you're doing your pictogram, it's important that the pictures are as identical as possible and the same colour to keep things really simple, straightforward and obvious. How many bananas? So they've got back from their walk, these children, and they're obviously a bit peckish for snack time. So there are some bananas out on the side. Let's count how many we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bananas there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2 groups of 5 bananas. That's 10 bananas in total. And I've got my table below with the children's names on there and my key. Hang on a minute. There's not a shape anymore in the key. It's a picture of a banana. because for pictograms you can draw any picture you want, really. It's got to be relevant, but this time, because it's about bananas, the key is showing a banana picture, and one banana represents one banana. So let's see what it looks like when those children have eaten their snack. Okay. What does this table tell us? What is the information we can get from this table? Well, I can definitely see, without even using my counting brain, that Rosie ate the most bananas, didn't she? She's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bananas. There's definitely more there in her. Alex, Mo and Amir all had 2 each. They had the same amount. Maybe Rosie was feeling extra hungry. But can you see how we can retrieve information? We can retrieve data from pictograms. And those pictures represent numbers. So, today, you are going to be making some pictograms. See if I can share a different screen. A table. I've made a sheet, and it's got 2 pictogram tables on there. Hang on, I can't talk and use a computer at the same time. You're gonna have a sheet. I'm trying to get the sheet up so that you can see what it looks like. Oh, hang on, here we go. It's down here. So share this screen. Okay, here we go. I think you can see this. I hope you can see this. It says making a pictogram. Can you see there's 2 tables here? Now your first challenge. Just worried you can't see. I'm doubting myself. No, you can see, it's fine. All right. The first table. It says, how many pieces of fruit did people in your house eat today? So, this might be something you can't just do quickly now. Maybe this is something you've got to ask everybody at the end of the day over dinner or something. In the names column, you can write down the people's names in your house. I've got 5 blank spaces there. If you've got more than 5 people in your house, maybe I should add an extra box in. Hang on, insert. There we go, I'll add an extra one. So add in whoever is in your house. And then as they eat pieces of fruit as the day goes on, you can add look at the key, a circle, okay? 1 circle means 1 piece of fruit. So that can be an ongoing data collection that you do through the day, noting how much fruit people in your family eat. And then the second one is something you could do a bit more speedily, actually. It says, how many shapes can you find around your house? Look at the key. It's not a circle anymore, is it? It's a cross. So go on a hunt around your house. See how many squares you can find, circles, rectangles, triangles, and 1 cross means 1 shape. So, for example, if you went round your house and you spotted 4, if you spotted 4 squares, you would put in 1, 2, 3. Come here, you. Oh, and remember what I said about, they all do, I know it's easy to do on the computer, but they all do need to be sort of the same size, shape, colour, so that because they're all representing exactly the same thing. So if you went round your house and you saw 4 squares, you'd put 4 crosses in the box. Okay, so have fun with that. Off you go now and do that. Keep your work safe, because you might want to refer to it tomorrow, and send a picture in of how you've done, put it on Seesaw, and ask questions. What does this tell us? So who eats the most fruit in your house? Who eats the least fruit in your house? Which is the most common shape in your house? Which is the least common shape in your house? See what information you can retrieve from the pictograms that you make today. Where am I? Stop there. Hello. Have a wonderful time. Enjoy it. I'll see you tomorrow for more pictogram fun. Bye, everybody.